Hey everybody, and welcome back to my channel. Hope everyone's having a good day so far. So today is the last day of 2019 and the final day of this decade. Well, I guess technically it's not because, there was no 0 year. So technically the end of the decade would be the end of 2020, but who's counting? So if you're watching this video, congratulations, you have made it through a full year. Pat yourselves on the back. Whether you had a good year or a rough year, you still made it. So I wanted to come right quick and do a video before the end of the year. I made it to over 100 subscribers. So I really appreciate you guys for your support, for liking, commenting, and of course subscribing. I made this channel originally to as a form of therapy for myself. So I really appreciate the fact that people are interested in what I have to say and, have bore with me through what I have to say. I know I'm not the most eloquent speaker. I don't have the fanciest equipment when it comes to recording YouTube videos. So I really appreciate you, you guys for really watching me and for the support. I'm sure some of you guys have noticed that I mostly film in my car. The main reason for that is I live in a very small place. I recently moved out of the South Ohio a few months ago. Cost of living is a little more expensive, so the housing is smaller, so I don't really have a dedicated room to necessarily film. I do have another channel where I occasionally film in my house, but the lighting is not very good. So the lighting, kind of the outdoor lighting for me in my car is a lot better. And I'm able to get the peace and quiet to be able to film. So today I wanted to do a video. I was inspired by a couple of other YouTubers who have done this. So the theme of the video is things to leave in 2019. And I wanted to do a Ex-Jehovah's Witness addition to that. So if you're interested, please stay tuned. So I came up with a short list of 5 things that I personally want to leave as an ex-former Jehovah's Witness in 2019. And I hope that some other ex-Jehovah's Witnesses leave in this year as well. So without further ado, I'm going to start with number 5, and that is pleasing others. So as Jehovah's Witnesses, you know that a lot of what is encouraged is putting others first and putting yourself last. And then when you leave the organization, you tend to take those tendencies with you. I know I personally, now that I've left the religion, since I've left, I really haven't talked to any of my Jehovah's Witness family that's still in. And I still bear a lot of that guilt because, being in a religion is kind of what made them happy and what made them proud of me. And after I left and chose to live my life and have my own family and, have my own family with my own lifestyle, my own belief system, that, they were really disappointed that I was no longer in the religion. And I felt a heavy load of guilt. So I really want to leave that in 2019. And if you are choosing to, if you no longer believe what you've been raised to believe, it's okay to acknowledge that and to live your life according to how you see fit, not according to what would make others happy. So just live your life. Stop trying to please others. Because at the end of the day, you're kind of harming yourself because you're not living in a way that makes you happy and that you would like to live. So let's leave that in 2019. So number 4 of things we need to leave in 2019 is following the crowd. So, we know that, when we were in the Jehovah's Witness religion, we took pride in basically being unified in a lot of things, in thoughts and actions, and studying the same thing and having the same doctrines. And that's what we thought set us apart and made us the true religion. And then when you wake up and you leave the religion, you realize that you are your own person. You have your own thoughts, your own beliefs, your own talents, your own personality. And it's kind of hard to develop that, especially if you were raised in religion all your life. So you want to make sure that you find yourself, figure out who you are as a unique person and what you want out of life and what you believe. And it's okay. There's a lot of commonly held ways to think in a lot of these ex-Jehovah's Witness communities. And you may not necessarily feel that way. Don't apologize for that. It is okay to agree to disagree. It's okay to believe different things. Be your own person. Don't necessarily follow the crowd just because of what's popular or just because of what to fit in. Because you just left a religion where it was basically vital in order for you to survive in that religion. You had to follow the crowd. You had to. Now that you're out, you're free to live as who you are as an individual. So it's very important to remember that, especially if you do, if you are affiliated with some of the ex-Jehovah's Witness communities and on some of these social medias. Just remember, you are your own person. And so if you don't necessarily agree with certain things or certain trends, it's okay not to follow them. Of course, be respectful, but know that you are your own person. So let's leave the following the trends or what's popular in 2019. So the number 3 thing that we need to leave in 2019 is taking care of worrying about everyone but yourself. So as Jehovah's Witnesses, we were encouraged to put everyone first, put Jehovah first, others first, and yourself last. And so when you leave the organization, those tendencies still tend to be there. You tend to worry about other people and put yourself last. And so, when we leave the religion, you lose a lot of things. A lot of people have lost family, lost friends, and those are things you struggle with. A lot of people deal with depression and various other issues that might have been present while you were in the religion. And now that you leave, you're still somewhat neglected. So take care of yourself, take care of yourself physically, make sure you're resting well and that you're keeping yourself nourished, that you're staying healthy, whatever you have to do to make sure physically that you're good. But when it comes to mentally as well, if you need to go speak to someone professionally, please try not to neglect those things. And I'm also speaking for myself, when I first left the religion, I saw it was very difficult for me to do so, but I did seek professional help because I really needed it. I had a lot of issues that I was dealing with, with losing my family and feeling that shame and guilt. It's okay to admit that you're not okay and to get the help you need. But just make sure you take care of yourself. I'm not saying be completely selfish and only worry about you and not other people, but don't neglect the care of yourself just because you're overly worried about other people. So let's leave that in 2019. Number 2, things that we need to leave in 2019. So this one may step on a few toes, but I really did think of this one when it comes to the various communities among ex-Jehovah's Witnesses. The thing we're going to leave in 2019 is excusing problematic behavior. So again, we all come from different walks of life. Our journey outside of the organization has taken us into many directions. So of course, we're going to have various opinions and views and outlooks on life. And it's okay to acknowledge those and agree to disagree. I also acknowledge the importance of being unified as we, continue to expose the wrongs of this organization and work towards supporting those who have left. However, we do need to stop excusing some of the problematic things that we do see. Such as people being verbally abusive towards vulnerable ones in the community, maybe doing certain things that are unethical, that are clearly against clearly against sometimes even the law. Those things, if they have been proven to happen, they need to be acknowledged. Whether the person is prominent in the ex-Jehovah's Witness community or not. those things have to be acknowledged, and the person should be held accountable. And if the person refuses to acknowledge they're wrong in it and decides to excuse that behavior, that should be called out as well. So to me, excusing that behavior is actually working against the unity of the ex-Jehovah's Witness community, because you're excusing things that really should not be happening in any community. We hold accountable the Jehovah's Witnesses with some of the things that they are doing. The same thing should happen among us. I know if I was doing something that I wasn't supposed to be doing, I would not like to be called out on it. And, you know, I feel like I should be woman enough to apologize if that does happen. So let's stop excusing problematic behavior in 2019. We are at number one, the number one thing we are leaving in 2019, and that is identifying yourself exclusively by your struggle. So a lot of us, because we have finally woken up from the religion, we should take pride in that. We were able to wake up and see the issues in the Jehovah's Witness organization and realize the discrepancies, and we were able to have the courage to decide that that was wrong and leave that religion. So that is very brave. But some people let that identify them. Again, we are people who have many unique talents. We have various personalities. We have so many things that define us outside of the fact that we left a destructive cult. And we need to start acknowledging those things and looking at our talents and even our superpowers and the various things that make us who we are. So we really want to do that and start, making a life outside of the Jehovah's Witness organization. Of course, talking about our experiences in the Jehovah's Witness religion is therapeutic and it is important, but we should not let it define who we are as individuals. So that's my number one thing, and that's the goal I want to have, to gradually come to a place, and it may take me months, it may take me years, who knows how long it'll take, but I want to get to a place where I'm not defined as being a former Jehovah's Witness, that I am Sylvia, I am a person who has talents, I'm a wife, I'm a mother, I'm an educator, I have a lot of things that make me unique. So I want to eventually leave the label Ex-Jehovah's Witness in 2019. So that pretty much wraps it up. I really, again, appreciate the support on my channel. I hope to continue making videos. I also have a second channel that I'll probably put in the description box outside of talking about Ex-Jehovah's Witness stuff. But again, thank you guys for your support. I really appreciate you guys. I've made so many wonderful friends on this channel, as well as on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. I really appreciate you guys, and I really appreciate the hard work that all you guys, whether you're smaller activists or greater ones, I really appreciate all the work you have done in supporting other former Jehovah's Witnesses, as well as exposing the Jehovah's Witness religion. So if you're enjoying what you're seeing, please continue to like, comment, and subscribe. I hope everyone has a wonderful, safe New Year's tomorrow. Please be safe. Be careful out there. Hope everyone's having a wonderful day. Much love.